Alright guys, well, this may be this may be a short video, not really sure how it's gonna go. I've been sick all week, and today was like the only day that I've actually pretty felt alright. So, I recently finished reading a book. It's called Think Like a Monk. It's by Jay Shetty. Pretty much this guy, he's probably one of my most idolized people, I guess. I don't know how you'd word that, but like I absolutely love listening to his podcast, his books, his everything that he puts out is just so uplifting and so rejuvenating in so many aspects. But as I finished this book this last week, I really ranged through towards the very end with just like one of the sections that he kind of talked about, and it was pretty much along the lines of, let's actually look at it real quick. He titled it An Intentional Love Life. And he goes on to explain how, as monks, they commit to celibacy. For those that don't necessarily understand that, they don't have sex, they don't have relationships, this and that, and they purely just focus on that meditation, that focused mindset. And he tells a funny story of one of his college buddies and how his college buddy was like, so now what are we going to talk about? Because now that he's celibate, he has no love life, no girls in his life, so then him and his college buddy, that's all they would talk about was women and girls and things like that. And so it was an interesting topic as he discussed it. Was us as people, we tend to put so much energy, so much effort into that romantic love life and put everything else to the side as we're so worried about that. And I myself catch myself doing that in the past, and now it's been an awesome opportunity as this year has just really given me a growing out the wazoo for me. And I'll just give you a little background of what my life's been up until this point, and giving a little bit of background to my experience with this was I started dating a girl actually when I was in Nicaragua, and she was here in America, and things were great. Super hard doing long distance and everything, but like he says in the book, how much time and effort and energy do we put into waiting for that girl's text or this and that? And I catch myself all the time when I was there, because that's all we're doing is long distance. So you're catching yourself waiting for her call, waiting for her text, waiting for this and that, and you can't necessarily take all your focus and energy and put it to that specific work there. And it's such a weird feeling to be so controlled by another person's text or call or whatever it is. And I eventually went through that relationship, and things were messy, things were whack. It was one of the most growing times of my life to prove to myself that I'm an amazing man. I give so much and give so much, and now it's my turn to give to myself. Ultimately, that's what it was, that I needed to take a step away and give to myself. So yeah, it's an interesting topic that it goes into, and basically he kind of gives it to a point of where, imagine what you could do when you take all that energy, all that time, all of that effort of pursuing women. Like he gives an analogy of like, say, how much time and energy do you use when you go into a bar, looking at women, finding women, interacting with them, or like swiping on Tinder or whatever it is, right? How much time do we spend swiping and just profiling and doing all of this when we could just take a total step back from it for a minute? We don't have to be so extreme as he was to be celibate as a monk and things like that. No, that's not what we're asking. But let's just say we take a few months or even like a year or two or something, whatever it is, right? And just really focus on our career, our passions, our hobbies, like whatever it is. Imagine how much more we are going to grow as a person ourselves, compared to just us trying to give all of that energy and that effort to a woman that may not even necessarily be worth it, right? Not saying that those relationships aren't important, but, you know, sometimes you know that that relationship's not going to move it, right? And we're just trying, for what? Really a whole lot of nothing, right? It's been an awesome year. The start of 2022, for me, it's been an immaculate, amazing year. For me, experiencing exactly what he talked about. All of 2021, it was me either dating my ex and dealing with all of that and going through heartbreak and getting out of a toxic relationship and, you know, going on these trips to different countries and serving others and doing this and that, to finally get me here to the point where I have spent the last 4 months strictly just working on myself, strictly working on business, strictly working on surrounding myself with people that are going to uplift me. And right now, honestly, this is the most happiest, peaceful, healthy me that I have ever felt, besides the sickness, obviously. But yeah, dude, it's been one of the most life-changing experiences for me, just to put girls to the side, really just hone in on my career, my spirit, my self-awareness, whatever it is. Like, I am so happy with the direction that I'm going in my career. I've surrounded myself with so many uplifting, helpful people and friends in my life that it's insane that a person can be so at peace but also have so much chaos and joy and things going on around you. And, you know, if it was me, I would suggest to any man, woman that catches themselves being so caught up in that moment of just pursuing women and all they do is talk about women and things like that, or talk about a guy or things like that and just gossip about it, just take like a week and really just put everything on the back burner and see what things really come out of you. Because for me, I knew there's tons of things coming out, like insecurities, challenges that I had to work through and this and that, and working through that has been the most eye-opening and heart-opening experience of my whole life. And, you know, I would suggest to anyone in that situation to do the same. You know, if you ever need help going through it, I'm always here. You know, I'm still working through it. I'm not 100%, never will be, but I'd love to support you guys, love to help you out. But yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the chance to get to know me a little bit deeper and understand me a little bit more, and hopefully this was a meaningful video. I don't know, I just felt inspired to share today, so you know, hopefully my sick voice wasn't too off-putting, but I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.